Improvement from Shedeur today, coach, huh?
Yeah, let's see. I mean, man, those rookies leading everything. That's why they won 3 games. This team ain't going to be close this game. Aaron Rodgers, I'm fascinated by that. I love seeing it. I mean, let's say what it is, right? When you look at it, it's all about Myles Garrett.
Going back to this game to look forward, you're talking about the Cleveland Browns being able to just win 3 games. Rightfully so, Rex. They're going to be a team to reckon with down the road by having this young roster.
You watch with teammates or you watch them at home?
Nah, I'm trying to make it out of here so I can call Shedeur real quick and make sure he can get it done. So I'll probably just be,
Shedeur, I know you don't listen, but please, every time your team wins a game, please use we and us. That's it.
That's coming from a veteran coach. Let's state the obvious here. Rex Ryan, amongst other NFL analysts, have voiced their opinion about Shedeur. But if I'm Shedeur Sanders, I will implement we, not me. It's easy for an individual to take on the praise and making it about him. And I don't think that that's the case for Shedeur. Yeah. Hear that out. Because the amount of maturity that shifted, this is the same individual that was miming in front of the camera a couple weeks ago to the person that was saying certain things that you would expect from a backup quarterback. But now the person that we're seeing poised, he's been here before. He's well and capable of being what we need him to be. But now, as you have more success, understand the political aspect that's needed in order for you to be a true leader in the locker room as an NFL quarterback.
Shedeur Sanders just delivered the ultimate response to Rex Ryan after the former head coach questioned his toughness and dismissed his rookie impact on national television before the matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ryan suggested he wanted to see Shedeur throw an interception and even doubted whether he would try to make a tackle, while also claiming the Cleveland Browns wouldn't be competitive in the game. Instead, Shedeur led Cleveland to a win that eliminated Pittsburgh from playoff contention, flipping the entire narrative in one afternoon. Adding fuel to the storyline, the very franchise Ryan was defending had reportedly shown no intention of drafting Sanders despite needing a quarterback, and while Mike Tomlin may now offer praise publicly, critics argue the pre-draft stance told a different story. For supporters, the result wasn't just a victory. It was validation against the skepticism and narratives that followed him from the start.
I want to see improvement with Shedeur, too. I mean, see a little improvement from Shedeur today, coach, huh?
Yeah, let's see. I mean, man, those rookies leading everything. That's why they won 3 games. This team ain't going to be close this game. Aaron Rodgers, I'm fascinated by that. I love seeing it. I mean, let's say what it is, right? When you look at it, it's all about Myles Garrett, all right, getting a sack. But that is fascinating by Aaron Rodgers, that your clip. And what it showed is he actually was in protection, okay? And then he says, hey, look, they're just playing, they're showing too high.
By the way, there were some things that Rex said that if he actually followed it with a coherent thought, I would agree with. Is there a disconnect between Shedeur and Kevin? That's a fair question. I don't think there is. I think Kevin just has his attention elsewhere. But again, that's a fair question. But to act like the kid sitting on the sideline or that in the press conference said, hey, I really feel like this loss is on me, that it's somehow an indictment on his character, just say you don't like the kid. Or just say you haven't heard things that are good about him from the little NFL circles, instead of pretending like it has anything to do with the way that kid composed himself, because anybody that watched his press conference should have come away even more feeling like, hey, that's just a good kid, whether he's a good quarterback or not. In the same way, by the way, that I don't think Dylan Gabriel is going to be a starting NFL quarterback ever. He shouldn't be right now. Every time I watch his press conference, I come away thinking, that's a good kid.
Before the game, Rex Ryan went on national television and openly questioned Shedeur Sanders' toughness, saying he wanted to see him throw an interception and then actually try to chase and make a tackle, a comment many viewed as less about football analysis and more about attacking his competitiveness. Ryan doubled down by laughing at the idea of rookie leadership and claiming the Cleveland Browns wouldn't even be close against the Pittsburgh Steelers, while praising Aaron Rodgers and Pittsburgh instead. But when the game was played, Shedeur responded where it matters most, on the field, leading Cleveland to a 13-10 victory that eliminated the Steelers from playoff contention and instantly flipped the narrative. The bold pregame predictions didn't age well, and the result turned those comments into undeniable receipts, shifting the conversation from doubt to proof in just 4 quarters.
All I'm saying is there's 2 times you put the young man in the Wildcat and did not put him under center. And we're talking about uplifting the quarterback. Everybody's going to still look at a guy like Shedeur Sanders. They want him to win. I don't know if everybody in that building wants him to win.
Right. Most QBs lose the game. And I thought Shedeur knew the assignment and he passed the test. He took care of the football for the most part, obviously the 1 interception. But other than that, he played really smart.
Here's where the storyline takes another turn. While Rex Ryan was publicly dismissing Shedeur Sanders, insiders were reportedly claiming the Pittsburgh Steelers had already decided, long before draft day, that they would not select him under any circumstances, even if he slid to the later rounds. According to those reports, the decision wasn't strictly about quarterback evaluation, but about avoiding what they perceived as the added spotlight and media attention that comes with being the son of Deion Sanders. Critics interpret that as prioritizing optics over pure football value, especially considering Pittsburgh's need at the position at the time. The twist? The same quarterback they allegedly passed on later played a role in eliminating them from playoff contention, creating a narrative arc that feels almost cinematic. Meanwhile, support for Shedeur has come from peers around the league, including Tyler Huntley of the Baltimore Ravens, highlighting that inside locker rooms, respect is often built on work ethic and talent rather than headlines.
You watch with teammates or you watch them at home?
Nah, I'm trying to make it out of here so I can call Shedeur real quick and make sure he get it done. So I'll probably just be, just watching it and get some rest.
The conversation with I heard Snoop called you before the game.
I called him.
But just
I think I don't know. I gotta check my phone, but I think I had like a missed call from him.
After the Baltimore Ravens clinched their playoff spot, Tyler Huntley, known to many as Snoop, called Shedeur Sanders early in the morning before the Steelers game just to encourage him, and the exchange revealed far more about Shedeur's character than any TV segment ever could. Shedeur shared that Huntley was genuinely excited, offering words of motivation and consistently speaking life into him, something he said has defined their relationship from the start. He described bonding over shared positivity, conversations about faith, purpose, and perseverance, and emphasized how Huntley always reminded him to be ready. That glimpse into who Shedeur is off the field stands in sharp contrast to the narrative pushed by critics like Rex Ryan, who questioned his toughness and competitiveness on national television. Instead of ego or entitlement, the picture painted is of a young quarterback grounded in belief, gratitude, and preparation, someone leaning on mentorship and meaningful relationships while staying focused on his opportunity.
I know he's been saying glowing things in the interviews about Shedeur. However, a coach that tenured, that's been there that long, he would have had some input on who they selected in the NFL draft and who they didn't select. So he was obviously asked about Shedeur Sanders and didn't think enough of him to stick his neck out there for him, despite having a relationship with Coach Prime. And so I just want to remind people of that.
The contrast becomes even sharper when you look at Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Publicly, Tomlin has praised Shedeur Sanders' toughness and poise, but when pressed about his pre-draft evaluation, he shut it down by saying Shedeur isn't a Steeler and that the Cleveland Browns can speak for him, a response some interpret as sidestepping second-guessing about draft decisions. Critics argue Pittsburgh has struggled for long-term stability at quarterback and question why they passed on him if they believed in his upside. At the same time, analysts have pointed out that while Shedeur has flashed promise, he's still a young quarterback early in his development, adjusting to NFL speed and decision-making after limited time with the first team. That context matters. Most rookies experience growing pains, and progression rarely happens overnight. Even outspoken voices like Rex Ryan have focused heavily on mistakes, while others emphasize that development takes reps, patience, and organizational alignment. The broader debate isn't just about one game. It's about evaluation, opportunity, and how franchises balance talent, fit, and long-term vision at the most important position in football.
Yeah, man, shout out to Shedeur. I think they have Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals left on the schedule. So that's going to be interesting. And like I say, and I'm going to leave you with this, I think the main thing for Shedeur is to show that he is QB1 going into next year. So he is still playing for something. So
the analyst's closing point summed it up clearly. Shedeur Sanders' mission is to prove he is QB1 going into next season, and every snap right now is part of that audition. While critics like Rex Ryan predicted the Cleveland Browns wouldn't be competitive against the Pittsburgh Steelers, Shedeur responded by helping deliver a result that ended Pittsburgh's playoff hopes. At the same time, debate continues around the Steelers' draft decision and whether factors beyond pure on-field evaluation played a role, especially given the spotlight that follows the son of Deion Sanders. Public praise from Mike Tomlin has only fueled more discussion about how teams balance talent, fit, and media attention. Through all of it, Shedeur's focus appears to be on development, stacking reps, refining decision-making, and solidifying his case as the long-term answer at quarterback. The headlines may drive the narrative, but ultimately his standing will be determined the same way it always is in the NFL, by performance, growth, and wins when the lights are brightest.